Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Joy. I'm an energy healer, spiritual advisor, and intuitive life coach. My passion is to raise people's vibration for a holistic freedom lifestyle. Today we have special guest Cindy join us to talk about angel numbers and synchronicity. How are you, Cindy?
I am
We have
very good, Joy.
this.
Great to be here talking with you.
As we know, in the day-to-day life, we often come across synchronicities and see lots of repeat numbers. And in my Facebook group, often I receive inquiry about the repeat numbers such as 1111, 222, 333, etc. So today, me and Cindy were going to cover these synchronicities and self-significance of these angel numbers. You know, the uplifting energies, and lots of people they do see a lot of synchronicities. So maybe you can share with us about your experience when you come across the synchronicities.
For myself, in my own personal experience, uh, the spirit or God or whatever, how you want to refer, um, has spoken to me a lot through numbers. And a lot of times I will know what they mean when I see the number. Sometimes I have to look it up, and there are there are a lot of different sites for the numbers who have a little bit different variations on the interpretation of the numbers. So you just really have to use your intuition when you see the numbers, and there's a real significance usually. One thing too is that in these numbers is um, planted activation, DNA activation codes that that literally change, activate our DNA to prepare us for what's to come. So that's something that is not spoken of very often, but it's not just a cute little number with a cute little message. It's a very important DNA activation code. So I think that's worth mentioning.
Yes, I do agree because for the first part you mentioned, the synchronicities, all these numbers, they are kind of the way of communication. We receive the message. It can be from our guides or from our higher self or from the angels. That if you are working
Right,
with angels, and often they were passing on the messages. Sometimes you can see like many times. It's really getting your attention. And
right,
what we're sharing today is more like give you a general idea, and we always make our own discernment because you will feel what sounds right to you, and we don't have to limit it to exactly the interpretation on the site where we search for this for the information or reference. And I
exactly.
also agree with what you just said about the DNA activation. I believe this like a frequency resonance, because when we are ready to open up our energy to a certain frequency level, and there will be sort of receiving this sort of information, and it's kind of the connection, the trigger point to it. So
Right,
these are the good pointers for you to pay attention, like how is directly connecting us in many different ways. Right. So, which maybe we can just start with the numbers. We'll go through some commonly seen numbers. The same number definitely would mean different things for different people. So there is no absolutely right or wrong. Just what is feel right to you,
right.
and we just
And
sort of
if
talking about it.
see
Yeah.
a number, right. If you see a number one time, it might have a different meaning than it meant when you saw it the last time. So even for for an individual, it can have different meanings each time. So
Definitely, definitely. Probably we can start with the 000 because it's very common seeing zero as the beginning, and a starting point, especially we see like a 000, it feel like a significance for something, like in Australia, 000 also means emergency number. So it's easy to remember. So maybe Cindy, you can share your perspective about this number to us.
okay, right. If you see 0 or 000 or 00, um, it it can mean a fresh start, a brand new beginning. Um, it also can mean limitless opportunities. Um, and the 0 is also considered the number of God. So if you find the 0 in combination with another number, it's just telling you that God is really in the midst of what He's showing you, and He's very present in your life path at the moment. So um,
Yeah, so I do feel like a 000 is like a source. You can say God, but some people call it source. And
right,
I remember I do recall once I seen like a 000 3 times, in a row, like in a car plate. And I feel like,
right,
wow, that because at the time I feel like I need support. And
right.
when I see these three zero numbers, and then after that I have a friend ring me up, because I haven't in touch her for a long time, and she sort of ring up and just say hello, how I was doing, because I was at the time still in this recovery process, and for her to ring me, I feel like, well, it's heart touching, because I
Very
was so
encouraging.
yeah, I was
Right.
isolated and I was a bit emotional. So after I see this 000 for 3 times, and then you ring me, and I feel like, it's kind of message like you are looking after, you don't
Yes.
feel lonely and you
Yes.
got support in that sense. So
Right.
yeah, so you come across things like this in your life. It's like a really matching in
Right.
synchronicity with the numbers. Maybe we can move on to the next one.
The 111 is like the first step in a journey. Um,
Right.
it's a like kind of like a bit of an awakening process or an alignment with your true self, getting connected with who you really are and where you want to go. It's and the beginning of a journey. So
Yes, definitely. It's like an initiation of something, the beginning of a journey. And when we talk
exactly.
about 111, we often heard about 1111. It's something going hand in hand. It's just hard to separate 111 and 1111. Because we
Right.
know in our previous video, we also talked about 1111, also symbolize the twin
Right.
flame connection. Yeah, so 1111 especially is more like a symbolize the spiritual awakening, the beginning of a spiritual awakening. And
Right.
um
Exactly.
and I have seen so many times 1111 all the time. Sometimes I see more than once in a day, and it's like, wow, it's going crazy all over the place. So definitely we are in the time of a massive collective spiritual awakening, so I believe there are more people within the synchronicity of 1111.
Well, I was just going to add that when we see the 111 and we think of the twin flame relationship, and I think it's kind of specifically saying that you have met your twin flame. And if that's what it's saying to you, you will know that, or you will soon meet your twin flame. And you're on your twin flame path, whether you know who your twin flame is or not. So it's an encouraging sign.
Yes,
Um,
I do feel
when,
that too. Yes.
right,
Yeah, it
right.
happened to me as well. So definitely. So we can probably move on to the 222, 222.
Okay. To me, that is like the next step in the journey. Okay, we're ready to move on, ready to advance a little bit. And it's kind of like, the first step to a journey is often the hardest step. And so you've been through a little bit of a struggle. And when you start seeing the 222, it's kind of refreshing. You're saying, okay, I made it through that. And it's like, I'm ready to move on now. So it's very encouraging also.
Yeah, because we know number two, some people see as like a duality. but in another direction, you can see as a balancing as well. So
Exactly.
yes, so it's all how interpret, and depending on the situation when you see this number and what it meant to you. And also we know like number 22 is also a master number. It's a master
That's,
builder number. So it's
that's
more
right.
like a setting up the foundation as 22. It's also
Exactly.
good to know.
That's
Maybe we can move on to the next one, 333.
okay. Um, well, of course, there's the reference to the Trinity,
Yeah.
the body, mind, and spirit also. And um, to me, the way it speaks to me most of the time is that uh, letting me know that my prayers are being heard, that angels have been assigned to and sent out to bring my prayers to pass. I love that.
Yeah, because I think the number three is also like I feel like like a alignment, as you said, a trinity, and also the mind, body, spirit in all levels of alignment, balance. 333, I think, is also related to spiritual awakening, wisdom, sharing the information, and I believe we can find a lot of information. So we just give a
Right,
guideline.
right.
So maybe we can move on to number 4.
Number four has different meanings. Uh, Comfort, stability, support. Um, Also, it does reference that the ascended masters are ready to help out. All we have to do is ask. Just don't forget the ascended masters are there as well as the angels. So um, there is that, and then of course there's combinations of the 1 and the 4, and those are typically twin flame numbers. 1 and 4 pointing to passion.
And also 144 is a very,
Right,
yeah,
right. Different combinations of the 1 and 4 um,
yeah, yeah.
usually points to the twin flame
It's like a
relationship.
1144, something like that.
Exactly, exactly.
Because we know like four corners, is that you setting the pillars, you set up the foundation. So the four is more like we got four directions, and
Oh,
that's
right,
so we can relate to four is like the foundation. And
right,
that's why the master number 22 is also master builder, because 2 plus 2 is also equals 4, and 4 is the, so you get a solid foundation in that
right.
aspect.
Yeah, it shows the progression, doesn't it? From
Yes,
beginning path to step number 2
yeah,
to the foundation, and then to the pillars being erected on the foundation.
yes,
So
yes, yes,
it's
that's right.
great.
Yeah, so now we can move on to number 5.
Number 5 to me is always a real exciting one to see because it points to the fact that there's a major change coming.
Yes,
So um, that means, okay, I've made it so far. I've done my work, and we get to move on. And it points to growth and like an energetic shift in the
yes,
process.
yes,
So
because from the number, when we see from 1 to 9, and the 5 is actually in the middle, and it
it,
symbolizes the transition, the change, the shift.
yes, yes,
So the number have that kind of energy, so
right,
sometimes I do see like a 555 in the car plate, or the clock read 555, and
right.
yeah, it just normally symbolizes the change that you're going to have, or you're going through at the moment.
Yeah, and I feel an excitement every time I see it. Like right now, I'm feeling I'm feeling the excitement that I feel when
Mm,
I see a five because it's so encouraging. And
yeah,
it's not just a little change; it's an energetic, large
shift.
change.
Yeah, it's like a shift.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, so maybe we can move on to number 6.
Okay. And, 666 has got a bad reputation, but it's not that at all. It's six is the 666 or six is kind of a balancing between the spirit world and the physical world. Um, for example, maybe we need to make some changes in our home, upgrade the decorations, or check out the energy flow using your feng shui a little bit, and just make sure your house is conducive to allowing spirit in and to move freely around. So it's again another balance. So much is about balance.
Right.
So
Because as
right,
far as I know, number six is also related to the manifestation in the material world. And it can
right,
be related to money, you have money.
right, right.
And also with six, some people say it's about love. It's representing the star system, the Venus. It's also representing as 666. Yeah, maybe
Oh,
can,
I
yeah.
haven't heard that one. I haven't heard that one.
Yes,
I
so
like that.
you can find all this information from the internet because sometimes I
Right.
share my
You know,
posts and will see come across a lot of this stuff. It's just too many.
that's right. Well, and Google and YouTube, I mean, they get a bad rep, but I mean, we can learn so much. And the thing is, use your intuition, and what
And
doesn't resonate with you, just
yeah,
don't pay any attention to
yeah,
it.
just make your own discernment. Yeah, make your own
Exactly.
discernment. And what means right to you. Sometimes it's just like maybe just bring you a smile, or
Right.
something happen to you, make you like, oh, it's synchronicity, like you feel happy about it. But you don't really have to be too attached to the meaning itself. It's sometimes it's just like it's energy connection, and you just know something is
Right.
connected, and
Right.
um,
And every time you see it, you've got that DNA activation too. So that could be, the main purpose for you seeing it. And you just can relax and say,
yeah.
bring it on. Bring it on.
Yes, yes, that's right. The number
Okay.
7.
Seven for me is trust my intuition. It's kind of like we're coming up to the end of a cycle, and just trust your intuition on how to bring that cycle to a close. It's not closing yet, but we're coming that direction. Yeah,
I think number 7 is also associated with enlightenment. But I
right,
think it's related because when you ending your cycle, you clear all your karmas, and you do all the healings, and the next day this is all preparation for your next journey of spiritual awakening and enlightenment, to that stage.
right.
Yeah, I think lots of people like 7 777 because it's like a lucky number for lots of
Yeah,
people.
that's true. And
Yes,
it is a lucky number. Look how far if you're seeing sevens, you've worked hard and you deserve some luck about now.
yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's move on to number 8.
Okay, eight is, I like eight. It points to manifestation for me. It does. It's a period of reward for job well done. Abundance in every form is coming in, and
Yeah.
just prepare yourself to get get what you've been trying to manifest. Prepare yourself; it's coming.
Yes,
So,
because number 8 is also the symbol of infinity. So we often associate with abundance. Abundance.
and then of course you turn the eight on its side, and you've got the
Infinity sign.
twin flame infinity symbol, right?
It looks like everything can be related to the twin flame now. What about number 9?
Number nine might be one of my favorites because to me it's like a harvest number. Like I live in farm country in the Midwest in the United States, and I just love fall because, well, not only the colors and everything, but it's harvest. Um, oh my gosh, the farm markets and um, the farmers are bringing in their harvest. It points to the fact that we have done it. We worked through everything. We
Yeah.
planted
Yes.
and grew and we manifested and we're harvesting. We're harvesting.
Because number nine is really about completion. So this is the
Exactly.
most significant about number nine. What's the next one we can talk about?
Well, there's the 1010.
Yes.
1010 is a connection with our higher self. I mean, this is how I normally interpret it for myself. Um, it's in essence, then, when we connect with our higher self, it's an awakening to looking at things a whole new way, a spiritual awakening, and a realization that we really are creating our own destiny. We really do have the ability, whether we are trying to or not. Everything we're doing and everything we are is creating our destiny. But 1010 helps us realize that we can control that. We can control our thoughts, and we can create what we want in our life.
Mm,
So it's really, to me, it's really powerful.
right.
So
Because 1010 for me, I feel like just my personal perspective, I feel like it's symbolize perfection because you feel like it's 10 out of 10, you know.
right,
We also have this combination of a zero and a one. If we look at the computer, you know, the symbols are all about one and the zero. They are basically
right,
the basic component, manifestation and non-manifestation. So it's actually pretty powerful, as you say, one and zero, the combination itself.
right. Awesome. I like that. Yeah.
Yes, I think we still have 12 left.
1212 to me is a number of divine intervention. It's showing me that I've done everything that I need to do, and higher power is stepping in uh, to do whatever is left to do. He's going to intervene and bring it to pass. So that's the main thing I feel when I see a 1212.
Right, just a personal opinion. It's like I feel like a cycle because we have like 12 months in a year, and the
Right,
clock somehow we use 12-hour system, and we have 12 star signs, and we have the Chinese animal years. I think they
oh,
also
that's
12 as a
12.
cycle. I feel like it's representing a cycle.
Oh, that's really
Just,
great. I like
just
that.
how I
Yeah,
feel it.
right. Well, that kind of fits in, I think, with what I was saying too, is because it's like, okay, I've done everything I need to do. And
Right.
now, right, and now the divine is gonna come in and cause it to come to pass. So
Yeah, because I feel like it's kind of a divine in action. It's like
yeah,
the way the divine movement, you know, in that kind of in that sense, in that circle. Yes.
yes, I
The
love that.
rhythm, you can say in that rhythm.
Oh yeah, right,
Yes.
right. I like that. I've never thought of that end of a cycle in just that way that you presented it, with the months and the zodiac signs and all. That's really great. I like that.
I feel
I
like
like 12
a
12 even better.
yeah, I feel like a unit of something, you know, like a complete
Right,
unit of
right.
something. Yes. So I think it looks like we're having fun with Cindy here, just try to explore the angel numbers and synchronicities. Anything?
There is one thing I'd like to mention,
Yes,
if it's okay, and
yes.
it kind of really doesn't pertain to the numbers, but this full moon that we just came through, I read that it is the strongest energetic purge in human history. What we
Wow.
survived, right? We
Wow.
survived it. And that
Cool.
won't be another one that strong for another 100 years. So I think that's pretty exciting. I
Right.
think that's, yeah. So I think things like these numbers, these synchronicities, I think they're going to start showing up more in people's lives
Yes.
because the
Yes.
energies that are coming in
Yeah.
are so strong.
Yes, definitely. I think with the portal, it's not like a one-off thing because we have so many portals, like one after another. So this year we have been through some solar eclipse, moon eclipse, and
Right,
energetically, it's still we're still under the influence, because this eclipse energy it can last up to 6 months.
right.
Right. So, but we are in a good space energetically, like um, we are riding the wave, so to speak.
Exactly. That's exactly
Yeah, so I
right.
really feel
And
excited.
the
Yeah,
collective is, it's not just those of us who are aware. The collective is, I mean, they're receiving the benefit of it. Just like
definitely,
when
definitely.
it rains, it doesn't just rain on people who understand rain, it
Yeah,
rains on everybody. So
yeah.
that's what's happening. The energies are coming in and bringing in sparks of awakening on the collective.
One thing I would like to point out is even though we have this the high peak, uplifting energy, but we still need to do our energy work because
Okay.
not everyone is on the same journey, and you really have to do the clearing, tuning into the frequency in order to receive. So it's also very important to do like a regular energy clearing and meditation, and it's
Right.
really helpful.
Right. And especially grounding right now too.
Yes, yes, definitely. So yeah, definitely you can check out some of my video in the playlist. I offer different sorts of meditation help with energy clearing and some energy upgrade as well. And some falling into the full moon or the eclipse, or it could be some portal opening. So you can always have a look and check it out because once you tune into the video, you receive the energy. It doesn't matter the date because the time and space is really doesn't really exist. It's just a reference point. So thank you, Cindy, for joining us today. So for the audience, you're welcome to leave comments or any questions about today's topic, or if you have any topics you want me and Cindy to cover in the future interviews, please feel free to write on the comment section. So please feel free to share my video in your social media to share the information, and don't forget to subscribe my channel for more interesting interviews to come. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next video. So thank you so much, Cindy. We'll see you next time.
All
Bye.
right. Bye bye.
See ya.